Here we are with a friendly neighborhood backpack review. Here we have it, the Vanquest Trident 31. This is the big brother to the, I believe it's the Trident 21. I'm not sure though. I've been a longtime fan of Vanquest products. I've had a couple of their bags over the years, had a few of their pouches through the years. Really, they just make solid products. Cool guys over there. I've never met them or anything, but I've talked to them on the phone a couple times. They're a smaller company, so their customer service is really great. They're around to answer all of your questions. Anyway, if you haven't heard of them, definitely worth checking out. You've probably seen some of their products before in some of my older videos. My EDC backpack uses one of their pouches that's just amazing for organizing a bunch of small little gear. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the bag right here. So I'm going to go through some of the features, the reasons that I rock this bag. This is kind of my go-to bag for hiking and whatnot. It's relatively new to me, so I don't have this thing loaded out. I'm not utilizing 90% probably of the features in this bag. So I haven't loaded this thing up to the max to kind of show you all the bells and whistles, but I'll try and cover most of the things and just kind of briefly go over why I chose this bag and what I like about it basically. So here there's a couple different colorways. This one is multicam black. Obviously, I think if you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know I'm a big fan of multicam black. I think it looks sweet, and yeah, basically I just think it looks sweet. Anyway, so here it is. You'll see the exterior of the back. Obviously, this isn't trying to downplay kind of the tacticalness of the bag at all. So this is kind of pretty in your face, especially in the camo colorway. But I don't mind that at all. This is what I'm using when I'm hiking a lot of times. Sometimes I'll carry it on a plane if I want to. So just a pretty big backpack. Granted, this isn't going to be your go-to backpack for actual backpacking, maybe a day trip or a single overnighter or something like that, but probably small enough to where some people could EDC this backpack without looking too out of place. But for me, it's a little large for like an EDC pack, so it's just kind of my shove all my gear in pack. I like it for my drone, which we'll get into here, but I'm gonna go over some of the exterior features of the pack real quick. Obviously here you see you can hook any kind of your Molly type stuff here. Also is Velcro. Here you see a morale patch, obviously. There's some other kind of grab handles and Velcro elements. All the zippers do have these nice big, well, not all of them, but a lot of the main zippers have these big finger loop ports, so they're easy to grab and just super convenient. And a lot of the zippers also have, you see here, this kind of button locking mechanism. So if you want to kind of lock the zippers in here, you can do that either by passing this through the actual zippers like so, or just if the zippers are above this, they're not going to be unzipped. So if you kind of want to lock the zippers, obviously not a real lock there, you can do that. So I'm not going to get into the pockets yet because I'm still going over the exterior features of the bag. Up top here, you have some more ways to attach stuff. Velcro, obviously, and then kind of your bungee cord here, your shock cord type stuff that you can cinch down to shove windbreakers or any kind of things like that out on the exterior of the pack if you want to. Let's go around. There are all throughout the pack, there's a lot of just little kind of lashing points if you want to put rods or tripods or any kind of little things down in here, but I'm not going to get into every single one of those because this bag just has so many of them that I can't really touch on all of them. So you'll be able to see a lot of these features, so not necessarily things that I need to talk about, but here's something you can't really see is this part zips up to just be a normal pocket over here, kind of an admin pocket. You can put all kinds of lights and stuff. I haven't actually filled this pocket up. Typically I use this side for a big water bottle. So this will fit a large water bottle. Here's my Nalgene 48 ounce that you probably always see me taking around and carrying. So this is with a thick, kind of loaded to the max interior compartment, still fits this Nalgene exterior, and holds it in place as well. For a little bit of additional security, does have this little shock cord that you can kind of loop over the water bottle as well to kind of give yourself a little more added peace of mind if you need it. I never really need this thing though. So that's with this thing unzipped to kind of expand this storage in here. Also, you can zip it up and you could still fit a kind of smaller, thinner water bottle or item or tripod kind of down in this pocket here. It's open on the top. No way to close the top portion of this, so it's kind of designed for stuff to stick down in here, tripod, things like that. Along this side, you'll also see more of these kind of goodies where you can just attach any number of things to the exterior of the pack. Really nice features. This side here, we don't have a water bottle portion or a little admin pocket or anything, but we do have, you know, more ability to lash more things on this side. This is the main area in which I access the main portion of the bag, which I'm going to get into very soon. At the top, we have a big padded grip handle here. Super burly. On the rear we have straps, and these are super padded, and there's tons of ways to secure stuff. You guys have seen, well, some of you commented on it, out of Spyderco, paramilitary. Down in this, you could put other stuff down in here. Say you want to put a Benchmade down in here, or any kind of other knife, maybe a little CRKT Cricket. And you can lash this on with paracord. Anyway, the straps have a lot of areas to lash various items if you're into lashing stuff onto straps. I like that feature. Up here we have these pull tabs to bring the weight up off your shoulders because it does have hip straps. So the hip straps are also removable. So they Velcro in here. So if you want to use hip straps, which I almost always do for a hiking type back, you have those, but also removable if you're not into hip straps. The hip straps as well, they're padded nicely, and they do have a bunch of places to attach various items on your hip. Buckle, thick, heavy duty, and all of the kind of dangling type straps do come with these little Velcro kind of ties that will allow you to kind of roll these straps up so you don't have a bunch of big dangling straps all over the place. That's a nice little feature that's added to a lot of places here. They include a couple extras that aren't in use that you can use to kind of secure your camelback type drinking, what's it called, tube, straw, whatever. So a lot of these things around, a lot of kind of added features that you have on the pack like that. And as you can see, thick padded rear back here. The pack also does feel like it features an internal plastic panel, I guess, to kind of keep the pack a little more rigid so it's not flopping down on itself or anything like that. Back here we do have this kind of hidden compartment with a zipper all the way down. The thing I like a lot about a lot of Vanquest bags is the orange interiors, so it makes it easy to see your gear on the inside here. So other bags that have black or gray or dark interiors, when you have something down in there, it's really hard to see. Orange interiors really help a lot. It's a feature that I really love about most Vanquest products. You'll also have a little Velcro panel back here, so you can either use this for a water bladder, you could put a armor plate back here, you could put your EDC pistol or whatever Velcro type items you have back here if you want. Right now I don't have anything in mind, but obviously this is a big panel that you can use for those types of things. If you did want to use it for a bladder, it does have several areas where you can feed your straw through. And going back to the front here, we have this pocket, which is kind of like an admin map type pocket. Nothing really in here, just opens up and you can put some flatter items in here, though it is full height, full width, so it is a pretty big pocket if you want to put anything into there. Then we have your larger pocket here, which does only zip to here on the left side, but zips all the way down on the right side. So you can fully unzip it to get stuff out, or if you don't want to unzip it all the way, you can obviously zip it a little bit and fold it down. This pocket, kind of hard to show, but I have, what do I have? I have some random stuff in here. Collapsible dog bowl, a beanie, another beanie, looks like some socks, in here we have some of this material here that will allow you basically to kind of see through. I don't know how much is coming through on the camera, but these big pockets down here, you can put stuff down and you can kind of see through this stuff, so you can see at a glance kind of if you have items down in there. This whole thing is basically a pocket in the front, so you can put larger kind of thin items. This does have the kind of stuff that Vanquest is famous for, these kind of elastic keepers here, so you can kind of secure various larger items. I have some Millennium energy bars. These are kind of a favorite of mine when I'm out hiking, because you can keep them, you can store them in any kind of temperature. They won't melt and they have a great shelf life. So if I haven't used this pack or whatever for a long time, these things aren't going to be expired. They have like a 5-year shelf life, so you're good to go. Various other little items in here. I have some sunscreen. I have some Zip Fizz, which I love. And that's really pretty much it for this pocket, but just a lot of organization here, a little keeper as well. And I think let's move on to the main compartment here. So I like this pack because it's kind of a clever little way to access your main compartment from the side. Similar to the interior organization is similar to like some camera bags and stuff, which I like because I do use this sometimes as kind of a camera bag, a drone bag, and I just like the interior organization that we'll get to here. So again, it has this strap here that you can snap on if you want to keep this kind of as a separate side opening access versus your top opening access. I usually leave this loose so I can access the full thing if I want to, or this zipper also stays in place pretty well if I just want to open the side. So the side, if you saw that, does zip down and over, so this whole thing flaps out here like so, which is really nice. So inside here I have my full-on drone case. So this in here holds my Mavic controller, some batteries, all that stuff. This is just, it's a perfect fit in here. It fits in there, that zips up, I can pull this out. The thing that's great about this pack is that when I pull that out, none of my other stuff falls down to the bottom. It stays up where I want it to stay. This comes out, I do what I need to do. I don't need to shuffle anything around when I shove this thing back in here. So you can imagine what you can use this for. Obviously, if you're not gonna use it for a drone case, you can put camera gear in there, you could put survival gear in there, you could put, you know, maybe this is where your clothes go and this is where your toiletries go, anything like that. So the compartmentalization is really nice. Now, the whole interior here, this is Velcro on this side and this is Velcro on this side. And the bag ships with a bunch of these little panels. These are kind of like foam padded, semi-rigid. I mean, not really rigid. They don't have plastic in them or anything, but the foam kind of maintains its shapes when it's wedged in here. So you have your Velcro here and your Velcro here. That allows this to come in here, hook into the Velcro on either of these sides. This is one of these panels here. And it'll allow you to basically make separate chambers inside of the backpack. So I have this lower chamber set up, like I said, for my drone. This chamber, I have a poncho in here in case I needed it. And the top layer here, I have a tripod, a filter, my first aid kit. And in my first aid kit, I won't get too much into it, but in there has some survival gear and stuff like that. So that's one of the main reasons I went with this bag, because I like the compartmentalization. You guys know this if you watched my pant reviews, if you've watched my EDC bag reviews, anything like that. I always talk about how I like separation of gear. I like to keep things organized like that. So this bag is huge with that kind of stuff. So some features of the bag that I'm not even using really are, we have even more pockets over here with their own little Velcro hold, so you can get in here, and this is again that kind of semi-transparent type stuff where you can see what gear you have in there at a glance. So we have this whole section where you can put extra kind of small little gear over here, and it's relatively secure with these Velcro tabs over here that keep it kind of locked in. So let's just kind of get in here a little more. So I'm opening the bag up, so you can access the backpack obviously from the top, like a normal bag if you want to get in here, or you can kind of just like open the whole thing up. And I'm just going to kind of open the whole thing up for you so you kind of see what's going on in here. I don't normally access the bag with the side open and the top open. I'll usually have the side closed and I will open the top, or I'll have the top closed and I'll open the side. But for the sake of kind of showing you how this thing breaks apart, we're going to kind of open it all the way up here. So again, here I have a poncho, little water filter. This is a little cell phone type tripod thing. And this is another Vanquest organizer that I'm using kind of for a first aid / survival kit. So this is how the bag opens up in here. So we have more pockets in here. So if we want to put even more separation of gear into here, we have a similar pocket down below here. Put more gear in there if you want to. And then behind here, we kind of have a separate, kind of like a laptop sleeve where it's held in place here with this Velcro tie, but you can get access fully back into there. So this is for more, you know, if you want to put a tall, narrow item back in here, such as something like a laptop shape. You could also put your bladder in here if you want. There are ports, very little bladder straw to go through. And that's really pretty much it for the main compartment of the bag. You can see here I'm using 2 of these. Like I mentioned earlier, they ship with a few of them, maybe 4 or 5 of them. So you can kind of separate this into smaller or bigger compartments if you want. You don't even need to use these tabs if you want. If you just want to use this backpack as a kind of dump it all backpack, you can use it like that as well, and then that can just kind of be a normal backpack that opens up and you can access all your gear down in there. Though the strength of this bag really comes in its compartmentalization. So that's the reason I bought it. It's the reason that you probably will want to look into this. Obviously, if you don't want to use it like this, you just want to use it like a traditional backpack, you can, and it's a great backpack with tons and tons of pouches. But kind of the strength of this backpack is this whole side access system. That's kind of how a lot of these pouches and little separators and organization is laid out for the side axis. So works awesome for me. Hopefully that kind of showed you what the bag was about. It's hard really to tell in pictures and stuff what this bag is about. I figured it out through pictures because it is kind of laid out like some camera bags I've had in the past, though obviously much more tactical. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really want to get into this because this video is already pretty long, but real quick, I'll just show you. This is another Vanquest organizer. I forget what this one is called, but I'll be linking to all this stuff in the video description below. I have a little red carabiner on here, kind of to signify that this is medical type gear. So this thing unzips. On the exterior, I'm not going to get into this. I'm just going to show it at a quick glance. So I have some duct tape, whistle, some fire starting stuff, gauze, another lighter. Up here I have an Israeli bandage, some quick clot. In here I have some mini shears, some Vaseline like lip care type stuff, some super glue. This is various, what are these called? Moleskins, some burn cream, bug bite stuff, some Band-Aids, triple antibiotic ointments, some tweezers for splinters or whatever, some butterflies, a couple more lighters. Here's some more kind of wound kit. We have some steri strips and a little, I'm brain farting, it's pretty late now, to irrigate wounds, those things, some iodine, some larger bandages, and some larger gauze back here. So this is kind of a decent first aid kit / some survival type gear in here that I keep in another really slick Vanquest pouch that just kind of opens up. So there's that. Also my drone case, if you're interested, real quick, I do have the DJI Mavic wrapped. Oh, I didn't even actually notice. This is wrapped in multicam black as well, so it matches the backpack. Anyway, that's my setup for this bag. Sorry the video was long, but as you can probably tell, this pack is feature full. So even though I was trying to breeze through everything, it still took a ton of time. So sorry for the long video, but obviously it's a detailed pack and I wanted you to really get a grasp of why this is kind of my main ride right now, and just show off the features. Well guys, thanks for your time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for taking two thumbs to hit that seconds button. Thanks for taking 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button, or the thumbs down button if you hated this video. Get subscribed to the channel if you're not already. And until next time, I hope you have a great day.